Best 3 commanders and worst 3 commanders in your experience in Rise of Kingdoms. Today, we're going to answer the comment from BDR Gina. So, I'm going to talk about my best 3 commanders and, worst 3 commanders. I want to know in the comment section below, what is your best 3 commanders and worst 3 commanders in your account right now, in your experience, as I'm going to go through this. Now, so typically I wake up around when we upload this video to 3 hours from uploading this video. If you leave a comment right away, I will look into the comments every single video as we publish. So leaving a comment right away allows me to see it because during that upload time, I am checking my account and I am able to reply to the comment. So if you want me to read your comment, make sure that you leave a comment as soon as the video is uploaded and as soon as you watch the complete video and learn of what we just talked about. So leave top 3 commanders and worst 3 commanders in your experience in Rise of Kingdoms. My name is Shinchi42. We are a sponsored content creator here in Rise of Kingdoms. We have been working with ROK for about 3 years now, and we did some anniversary event with them, and I am still waiting for the gift. It hasn't arrived yet. We're supposed to get the gift. It's October already. I know it was just recently a National Chinese holiday, but where's the gift? I'm excited to unbox it. Going on a trip relatively soon, so I'm very excited. Anyway, let's get down to business and talk about my top 3 best commanders and top 3 worst commanders. If you can actually guess this as well in your comment, I had another comment from your comment previously. If you can guess what my top 3 would be, my top 3 worst as well, it would be really nice if you can actually assume things in here and figure things out for me. All right. So I want to see if your assumption will match up to my decision making in here. All right. All right, top 3 best. Let's talk about best first. In my experience, my top 3 best commanders is definitely going to be archers. So if you figure out at least in the general consensus of like, hey, yeah, I know where Shin is going to go for. It's going to be archers. Yes, it is going to be archers because we're mainly archers. All right, so my top 3 current best at this very moment, it's going to be this lady, Emulator. We did some amazing garrison testing. If you haven't seen that video, we have a complete video of all reports going against a lot of the Cavs commanders. Not even Artemisia alone can do this. Sorry, not even Artemisia with other pairing before can do this. By bringing a Emulator, she just shred the Cavs and also shreds infantry. Well, technically should shred the infantry. And as well as shred the archers as well. So Emulator is one of the best commanders that I currently have right now. The second, of course, you have figured it out already. Artemisia is my second favorite or second best commanders in Rise of Kingdoms. Now, I've used a lot of Artemisia in the field by doing the Artemisia and Tomiris setup. We're the one to kind of pioneer this setup. Artemisia and Tomiris, wonderful. A lot of people didn't like it in the beginning, and then people figured out, oh, this is actually amazing because it's really strong. So Artemisia, Tomiris was a great open field setup that I did. Emulator, Artemisia, now a very good setup as well. Can work with garrison defense as well. So 2 of these commanders is, I would say, the best. And can you guess who would be the third one? It's going to be a very, very challenging. I kind of want to increase it from being best 3 to best 5 because it's kind of hard to just say best 3. I feel like I'm going to leave out certain commanders in here. Okay, definitely not Edward. The Edward is not one of my best 3. I just accidentally clicked Edward. I'm so sorry. Right. All right. So I would say one of my best commanders that I've really utilized a lot is Yi Song Ye. I say this because Yi Song Ye has done such a great thing for me, and this is a Gen 1 commander. Even at the late stages, even though I wouldn't use Yi Song Ye for garrison defense anymore, definitely a great open field. Really did a lot of greatness, I would say, throughout the journey of my Rise of Kingdoms. So I would say top 3 would be Emulator, Artemisia, and then Yi Song Ye. All right. And I'm kind of curious, what's my stats on Artemisia? Only 5.6 million kills. Wow. So if I have to pick 2 extra in here, if I could add, I would say Guan Yu. I would say Guan Yu is one of my favorite commanders as well. 4.7 million kills only, very low. But Guan Yu is another best commanders, I would say. The reason why I say this is because this is an infantry. It's kind of gives the infantry players that are watching us to know where I am leading into with infantry. I love Guan Yu, one of my favorite commanders there. Splash damage, AoE, silence. Now, the 5th one, I will be generous so that anybody who is following the cavalry setup, how many of you guys there? I would say if I am a Cavs gang as of today, I've mentioned this multiple times. It will be the best commander will be Xiang Yu. For me, Xiang Yu would be one of the best commanders in Cavs. Now, for free to play, I would definitely say like going for Saladin because you can do a 5-5-5-1 and you don't have to expertise it to perform amazing. But in my opinion, for me, Xiang Yu, I like Xiang Yu. I would say one of the best. You can do a Xiang Yu William if you have a William, but we're only talking about individual best, right? Individual best. Now, when we're gonna talk about top 3 worst that I've experienced, this is gonna be very juicy. I cannot wait to wake up and read your comments about the top 3 worst because this is always the juiciest part in my opinion. All right. So for the top 3 words that I've invested, I would say I highly regret it and I don't really use it anymore, is this dude, Hannibal Barca. Now, Rise of Kingdoms said that they are going to revamp Hannibal Barca. They're going to change the skills. They said that maybe a year ago now. I think they've forgotten about it. I don't know if they're going to do it anymore or what's going to happen. It seems like they completely forgot what they said in the developers' feedback. So I'm still waiting for Hannibal Barca to be revamped. Hopefully it will. So I want to say Charlemagne for my second one that I have, but I didn't really invest on it. It's not maxed out, so I am not going to count Charlemagne instead. So the next one in here that I would say not a great investment that I did, I would say El Cid. I don't really use El Cid. I know Puddle Cakes love El Cid. We've done battle testings with El Cid. El Cid did come out to win at some point, but it's just not one of my best commanders. That I would say is one of my worst one that I don't really utilize as much. So Puddle Cakes loves El Cid. It's just not for me. So I would say it would be one of my worst commanders that I have here in my arsenal that I really invested in. So we're kind of only looking into the max commanders only. All right. So it's kind of hard at this moment to pick the third one because I utilize majority of these commanders. Like I use Constantine, YSG and all these, even Cao Cao. I still like Cao Cao. I don't want to say Cao Cao is a worse commander, or I don't even want to say Minamoto because they still have a functionality for me. So it's kind of challenging right now to find the next one in here that I have invested to be the worst because I think I was very careful to make sure that I invest into the right commanders. And oh boy, I don't know. I think I only have 2 worst commanders. If you can see in my list in here, out of all of this, if there is a third commander that you think that I should mention that I've invested into, that would be a worst commander, which one would you think it would be? if I'm come to being pushed to the wall, onto deciding on what was the worst commander that I could have again, I would say maybe Minamoto, because I technically do not really use Minamoto for PvP fighting. I would only use Minamoto for what's it called? I would use it for Barbarian Forts. Okay, wait, hold on. I do use Minamoto to try to chase farmers, or I would chase somebody, if we need moving speed with Cao Cao Minamoto type of thing. But honestly, this is one of those unutilized commanders at this stage. I kind of want to say, if there's a fourth one, I would say Edward, because Edward is so squishy and then just die in the field and get targeted. But I still utilize Edward in certain scenarios. So I don't want to say Edward is worse than Minamoto, because I feel like Minamoto is worse than Edward. So it's a very difficult thing, because everything served purpose, but I think Minamoto kind of served lesser purpose for me. Not because I didn't focus onto the Cavs, it's just because it's just one of those commanders that get overshadowed, even for a majority of the cavalry players. That Minamoto investment that you guys have been overshadowed already. So if you're in the season 1 and you're trying to max out your Minamoto, I kind of want to steer you away from it, because the investment later on is not going to be there, and you're not really going to benefit into it as much, as you want to get some benefit from Minamoto. Because, the early stage, yes, you can dominate, but then, instead of buying all those Minamoto packs, then you can just buy the packs, like maybe just King's Coronation instead. But I mean, you do get some value by buying some of the Minamotos in here, because when you buy the Minamoto sculptures, you're also going to get the Books of Covenant, which you also need to improve your castle. So that's a reason that you can say, I am buying the Minamoto because I will need the Books of Covenant. Then that's reasonable. But if you're saying, I'm buying this because of Minamoto, then I feel like long term, it's not going to serve you the biggest purpose. Now, if you're a true whale, you're a huge spender, then buying Manimoto or Minamoto is completely okay, because then it's not really going to hurt you if it doesn't hurt your financial capability. So, but if you're not like a huge spender and you're trying to be efficient, I would say you can invest on other cavalry commander instead, rather than going for Minamoto. I think the next commander after that would be like Genghis Khan. Very good commander as well. But like I said, when you see Saladin is a great one. Invest onto that. Chandra, Xiang Yu, William, those are very good commanders to look into and invest into. With that being said, guys, what do you think about my top 3 best commanders and my top 3 worst commanders that I currently have in my arsenal? Anyway, rockers, let me know how you're doing in your life right now. Give me some status, what's going on as well. Leave us another comment. I want to know what's going on. For me, I've just been a lot more relaxed, and just doing other stuff, trying to improve into better life. And I'm investing in other stuff like woof woof. All right, okay, I'm investing into woof woof. If you can figure out what that is, and I want to say it's such a cute dog. What Elon Musk have. Anyway, rockers, I will see you again next time.